Have you ever stopped to think that the common crow outside your window might have just solved a complex multi-step puzzle just to get a meal? Or that the octopus at the local aquarium knows the security guard's routine and is actively plotting its escape? Most of us assume that the pinnacle of animal intelligence belongs only to primates and dolphins. But what if I told you that this is a massive misunderstanding? Today, we are embarking on a journey through the most remarkable minds in the animal kingdom. We've compiled a ranking of the top 20 geniuses on Earth, and trust me, this list is going to completely change the way you see the world. Dolphins. Oh, they made the list all right, but their placement might genuinely surprise you. Before we dive in, let me ask, which animal do you personally consider the smartest? Drop a comment down below right now, and at the end of the video, we'll see how your gut instinct compares to the actual scientific data. Now, before we kick off this countdown, let's establish a baseline. What exactly do we mean by intelligence in the animal kingdom? It certainly isn't the ability to solve complex math problems or quote classic literature. Scientists evaluate intellect based on several key metrics: sophisticated problem solving, the capacity to use and even create tools, having a complex social structure and advanced communication, as well as superior memory and learning ability. It is vital to understand that intelligence always serves one ultimate purpose: survival. This is why the intellect of an octopus, perfectly adapted to the deep ocean, is drastically different from the intelligence of an elephant navigating the savannah. Trying to compare them directly is like arguing whether a hammer or a screwdriver is superior. They are simply masters of their own domains. This ranking is our attempt to bring together the most outstanding thinkers from vastly different environments, creatures whose shocking abilities are proving to scientists that humanity is far from the only intelligent species on this planet. Coming in at number 20 on our countdown, we have the charismatic sea otter, also known as the Callan. These charming creatures are far more than just cute, fuzzy animals floating lazily on their backs. They are, in fact, one of the very few marine mammals known to actively use tools. Their favourite snacks include mollusks and sea urchins, which are protected by tough, armoured shells. How do they get past that armour? The otter finds a suitable rock, places it on its chest like a makeshift anvil, and repeatedly smashes the prey against it until the shell cracks open. What's more, many otters have a personal favourite rock. They'll actually carry this special tool with them, tucked away in a unique pouch of skin located under their foreleg. This demonstrates not only remarkable cleverness, but also the capacity for planning and the conservation of a valuable resource. Their resourcefulness in foraging is a prime example of how intelligence aids adaptation and allows them to thrive in their specific environment. They have essentially turned their own chest into a mobile workstation, which definitely earns them a spot high up on our list. 19th place belongs to the ants. That's right, these tiny insects. Underestimating their collective intelligence is a huge mistake. An individual ant may not be brilliant, but the colony itself is a genuine superorganism with astonishing capabilities. They practice agriculture, cultivating fungus gardens inside their nests. They even domesticate aphids, using them like dairy cows to harvest sweet honeydew. Ants wage wars, take prisoners, and build complex engineering structures, including living bridges, formed from their own bodies, to cross gaps and obstacles. Their pheromone communication system is so sophisticated that it allows them to transmit the exact coordinates of food sources, warn of danger, and coordinate the actions of thousands of individuals. This collective intelligence enables ants to solve problems that would be impossible for a single, even highly intelligent creature. It proves that intelligence isn't just individual, it can be fully distributed. At number 18, we have the raccoon. These masked bandits are notorious for their cunning and incredible dexterity. Their forepaws are almost as sensitive as human hands, allowing them to manipulate objects with impressive precision. In tests conducted by scientists, raccoons had to solve complex locking mechanisms to reach a food reward. Some of these required them to perform up to 11 sequential steps. Raccoons not only mastered the challenge, but they were also shown to retain the solution for years. Their problem-solving skills, excellent long-term memory, and rapid adaptation to urban environments make them true masters of survival. If you've ever tried to raccoon-proof your garbage cans, you already know you are facing an incredibly inventive and persistent adversary. Their curiosity and sheer persistence aren't just personality quirks. They are clear manifestations of highly developed intelligence. We are giving the 17th spot on our list to the honey badger, also known as the ratel. This creature became an internet meme thanks to its legendary fearlessness, but beneath that notorious reputation lies extraordinary intelligence. Honey badgers are, simply put, notorious escape artists. In zoo environments, they've demonstrated incredible ingenuity. They open latches, use stones and sticks as tools to scale fences, and have even been observed coordinating with a partner to execute a successful getaway. One particularly famous honey badger, named Stoffel, became legendary for his methods. He learned to pile up stones, dig elaborate tunnels, and even use a branch thrown into his enclosure as an improvised ladder. When the keepers removed every available item, Stoffel began rolling mud and dirt into hardened clumps just to construct a makeshift stepping stool. This behaviour speaks volumes about their level of analytical thinking and their ability to find highly unconventional solutions to achieve their goals. The honey badger isn't just strong and fearless, it's wickedly smart, making it one of the most formidable and highly respected animals in the wild. Coming in at position 16 is the rat. I know many people find them repulsive, but it's really time we set those prejudices aside. Rats are incredibly intelligent and socially complex creatures. They possess metacognition, that is, the ability to recognize the limits of their own knowledge. In simpler terms, a rat can realize when it is uncertain about an answer and will intentionally refuse to make a choice just to prevent a mistake. This ability was previously thought to be exclusive to humans and primates. Rats easily learn to navigate incredibly complex mazes, remembering the route for extended periods. They are also highly capable of empathy. In experiments, rats were observed freeing their trapped companions, even when they were offered chocolate as a reward alternative. This strongly indicates the presence of deep social bonds and genuine compassion. Their brains are wired to constantly analyze their environment, which ultimately makes them masters of adaptation and survival in practically any condition imaginable. Coming in at number 15, we have the squirrel. These nimble rodents aren't just parkour champions, they're also geniuses of planning and memory. Every autumn, squirrels bury thousands of nuts in various locations to survive the winter. And the most astonishing part? They remember the location of the vast majority of those caches. This requires phenomenal spatial memory, but that's not all. Squirrels are master manipulators. If a squirrel notices a potential thief watching, like another squirrel or a bird, it might stage an elaborate performance. It will dig false holes and pretend to bury a nut, all while the real stash remains safely tucked in its cheek. Then it will dart off to a more secluded location and hide the nut for real. This tactical deception requires understanding the intentions of another creature, which is a key marker of very high intelligence. Coming in at number 14, we have pigs. It's time to forget the stereotype of the dirty, stupid animal. Pigs are smarter than dogs and even some non-human primates. They possess excellent long-term memory, and critically, they can recognize themselves in a mirror, a test which many animals fail. In experiments, pigs have demonstrated the ability to play simple video games, using a joystick controlled by their snout. Astonishingly, they understood the objective of the game faster than some monkeys. They can solve puzzles designed for young children and are capable of understanding symbolic language. Pigs are highly social animals. They form complex hierarchies, communicate using a wide range of sounds, and can even deceive their peers to gain extra food. Their cognitive abilities are so advanced that scientists place them in the same league as dolphins and elephants, making them arguably one of the most underestimated intellectuals in the entire animal kingdom. The number 13 spot goes to the New Zealand key parrot. These birds are often nicknamed the clowns of the mountains due to their playful and mischievous nature. But don't let that fool you. They possess a seriously sharp intellect. Keys are natural-born problem solvers. In the wild, they are notorious for opening tourist backpacks, unscrewing the nuts and bolts on cars, and devising the most ingenious methods to snatch a snack. Researchers have even discovered the key's ability to assess probability. In one notable experiment, the birds had to choose a token from one of two jars. One jar clearly contained more black or winning tokens, while the other had fewer. The keys consistently chose the jar with the higher probability of success. This demonstrates a remarkable capacity for logical thinking and basic statistical analysis. Their intense curiosity and willingness to experiment solidify their reputation as some of the smartest birds on the planet, capable of solving complex tasks that often leave even monkeys stumped. Coming in at number 12, we have the dog. While intelligence certainly varies wildly among different breeds, dogs, overall, exhibit truly remarkable cognitive abilities, especially when it comes to social interaction with humans. Aside from humans, they are the only animals that instinctively understand the human gesture of pointing. Dogs can easily learn hundreds of words and commands. The record holder, a border collie named Chaser, famously knew the names of over 1,000 different toys, but their intelligence extends far beyond mere vocabulary. Dogs are exceptional at reading our emotions through facial expressions and vocal tone. They are capable of empathy and can display complex social behaviours such as jealousy or even guilt. Their capacity for learning, their cooperation with humans, and the deep emotional bond they form make them not just our best friends, but truly intelligent companions. At number 11, we have the cuttlefish. This cephalopod is a master of disguise, but its intelligence goes far beyond merely changing skin colour. Cuttlefish boast one of the largest brain-to-body ratios of any invertebrate. Scientists recently discovered that cuttlefish are capable of passing the famous marshmallow test, a benchmark used to evaluate self-control in children. Juvenile cuttlefish were offered a choice: either take a less appealing food item immediately, or wait for a short period and receive their favourite treat, a live shrimp. Cuttlefish that demonstrated this patience also showed higher cognitive abilities in other tests. This suggests they possess complex functions such as future planning and the ability to delay gratification for a greater reward. Their minds remain a profound mystery, one that scientists are only just beginning to unravel. We're starting our top 10 countdown, and kicking off the list at number 10 is the magnificent humpback whale. These oceanic giants aren't just massive in size, they possess a truly profound level of intelligence. Their brains contain specialized spindle neurons, the very same cells that, in humans, are associated with complex social behavior, empathy, and intuition. Humpbacks are globally renowned for their intricate songs. These complex sequences of sounds can last for hours, and they are constantly evolving, changing from one year to the next. This makes them one of the most complex forms of communication found anywhere in the animal kingdom. But perhaps the most astounding indicator of their intelligence is their social structure, particularly their coordinated hunting tactics. Humpbacks utilize a masterful technique called the bubble net. A team of whales will work in perfect synchronicity, circling a school of fish and exhaling air to create a spiraling curtain of bubbles. This underwater wall herds the prey into a dense, inescapable ball. They then take turns breaching right through the centre of the ball to feast. This highly coordinated strategy requires sophisticated communication, precise planning, and a clear distribution of specialised roles among the group. Coming in at number 9, we have the African grey parrot, also known as the jacko. If the kea is an engineering genius, then the African grey is a marvel of verbal and conceptual reasoning. The most famous example, Alex the parrot, worked under the guidance of Dr. Irene Pepperberg and demonstrated an intelligence level comparable to a 5-year-old child. Alex wasn't just mimicking words, he actually understood their meaning. He knew over 100 words and could accurately distinguish between colours, shapes, materials, and the quantity of objects. He could even answer complex questions like, which object is green and wooden? He even invented his own word for the apple, binary, a combination of the words he already knew. Crucially, Alex understood the concept of zero, which is considered a highly complex mathematical idea. His abilities proved once and for all that being called bird-brained should be taken as a compliment, not an insult. Coming in at number 8, the orangutan. These reddish people of the forest are often overshadowed by their more famous cousins, the chimpanzees, but their intellect is equally remarkable. Orangutans are known as deep thinkers and master strategists. Their more solitary lifestyle forces them to be incredibly self-reliant when it comes to problem solving. They use tools with remarkable proficiency. In the wild, they craft specific implements from sticks to extract insects from tree bark or scoop seeds out of spiky fruits. They even utilize large leaves as natural umbrellas against the rain or fold them into practical drinking cups. In captive environments, orangutans are notorious escape artists, known for their ability to defeat complex locks and dismantle their own enclosures. Crucially, they are capable of long-term planning. For instance, a male might issue his famous long call to announce his travel plans for the following day, allowing females in the vicinity to track him down. This behavior clearly demonstrates an understanding of both time and the future. Taking the number 7 spot, we have the elephant. Their brain size is instantly impressive. It is the largest of any land animal. But size isn't the only factor. Elephants possess an incredible memory, which is why we have the popular saying, "An elephant never forgets." They can recall the location of watering holes across vast territories and are able to recognize other elephants, or even humans, after decades. They also exhibit complex social behavior, including deep emotional responses like grieving for deceased kin. Observers have documented elephants returning to the remains of their fallen companions, gently touching the bones with their trunks. Furthermore, elephants are highly capable of cooperation. In one famous experiment, 2 elephants were required to pull simultaneously on the 2 ends of a single rope to access a treat. They quickly grasped that the task was impossible alone, prompting them to coordinate their actions and wait patiently for their partner. They also successfully passed the mirror test, recognizing their own reflection, a clear indicator of self-awareness. Coming in at number 6 are the bonobos. These primates are often called the hippies of the animal kingdom due to their exceptionally peaceful nature. They are close relatives of chimpanzees, but their social structure and intelligence possess truly unique features. While chimpanzees often resolve conflicts through aggression, bonobos rely on social bonding and affection. Their intelligence shines through their incredible capacity for empathy and their ability to understand the emotions of others. The bonobo, named Kanzi, became a true sensation in the scientific community. He mastered the language of symbols on a specialized keyboard without any deliberate training, simply by watching scientists attempt to teach his mother. Kanzi understands complex spoken English sentences and can execute commands he's never heard before, such as, "Put the soap in the water." His linguistic abilities provide strong evidence that bonobos possess the rudimentary building blocks of true intelligence. At number 5, we finally meet the dolphins, or more precisely, the bottlenose dolphins. While undeniably brilliant, they don't quite snag the top spot that many people assume they hold. Their brains are large and intricate, and their social lives are absolutely fascinating. Each individual dolphin possesses a unique signature whistle, essentially a name that allows others to recognize them. They also pass down learned behaviors and knowledge across generations. For instance, in certain populations, dolphins have learned to place a sea sponge over their snout to protect themselves from sharp rocks while foraging on the seafloor. This specific skill is taught directly from mothers to their daughters. Dolphins exhibit complex abstract thinking, can understand gesture-based commands, and are even known to invent their own games. Their incredible capacity for cooperation, sophisticated communication, and proven self-awareness, yes, they pass the mirror test, unquestionably secures their place among the most intelligent creatures on the planet. Coming in at number 4, the chimpanzee, our closest genetic relative, sharing an astonishing 98% of our DNA. Their intelligence is arguably the most well-studied among all primates, and it is truly impressive. Chimpanzees skillfully create and utilize a wide array of tools, using sticks to fish for termites, stones to crack open nuts, and even chewed up leaves as sponges to soak up water. They are capable of complex political manoeuvring, forming powerful coalitions, overthrowing group leaders, and utilizing deliberate deception to achieve their goals. They possess the foundations of culture. Different chimp groups employ distinct tools and unique hunting tactics, which are passed down from generation to generation through social learning. Furthermore, they exhibit phenomenal short-term memory, often dramatically surpassing that of humans, in tests requiring them to recall the sequential location of numbers flashed on a screen. Young chimpanzees routinely achieve scores unattainable by most adult humans. Their complex social lives and incredible cognitive abilities establish them as our direct competitors for the title of most intelligent primate. And taking the bronze medal is the octopus. This creature completely redefines our understanding of intelligence. It has no skeleton, blue blood, and 3 hearts. But perhaps the most surprising feature is its nervous system. 2/3 of an octopus's neurons are distributed throughout its arms rather than being centralized in the brain. This means each arm is capable of acting and making decisions autonomously. Octopuses are true escape artists, capable of squeezing through tiny openings, unscrewing the lids of jars from the inside, and dismantling complex filtration systems in public aquariums. They possess excellent memory, can recognize individual people, and even display preferences, showing clear signs of liking or disliking certain caretakers. They are also capable of play and sophisticated tool use. For instance, they have been observed carrying coconut shells and assembling the halves to create a mobile, portable shelter when danger approaches. Their intelligence is so radically different from our own that scientists often refer to it as an alien mind, existing right here on our planet. Taking the second spot on our list, our silver medalist is the raven. If you thought bird brain was an insult, think again. Relative to body size, a raven's brain is actually comparable to that of a chimpanzee. These birds exhibit an intelligence that continues to baffle researchers. They grasp cause and effect relationships on par with a small child. Consider the famous experiment where a treat floats inside a tube of water. The raven figures out how to drop stones in, raising the water level until the food is within reach. They are also capable of complex multi-step planning. In one study, a raven successfully executed 3 sequential actions using different tools to reach a reward, all on the very first try. Furthermore, they remember human faces and can hold grudges against specific individuals for years, even communicating this negative information to their entire flock. Their unique ability for analysis, planning, and the social transfer of knowledge truly makes them the ultimate feathered intellectuals. And now, for number 1, the smartest animal on the planet, whose intelligence many scientists consider second only to our own. It is the New Caledonian crow. Yes, a crow again. But this specialized species absolutely deserves this top, dedicated ranking. These birds are unmatched masters of tool creation in the wild. They don't just use found sticks, they actively modify them. They tear off branches of specific lengths, bend them into hooks, and even cut serrations into leaves to create a saw for extracting insects. What's more, they create tools from other tools. In laboratory settings, a crow famously figured out how to use a short stick to retrieve a longer stick and then use the longer one to finally reach the food. This requires a strong understanding of object properties and the ability to construct complex logical chains. They pass these sophisticated skills down to their young, effectively forming a true avian culture. Their capacity for innovation and the creation of complex technologies from simple means places them at the pinnacle of our intellectual ranking. They are living proof that a great mind doesn't require a large primate brain. And that brings us to the end of our countdown. From sea otters using stones as tools, to New Caledonian crows crafting complex instruments, we've explored just how diverse and astounding intelligence is across the animal kingdom. The main takeaway here is clear. Intelligence isn't just about a large brain or the ability to speak. It's about cognitive flexibility, the skill of adaptation, problem solving, and forming complex social bonds. As we've seen, While dolphins and chimpanzees are undeniably brilliant, they share the podium with creatures like octopuses and crows, whose minds have evolved along entirely different paths. The natural world is full of true geniuses, and we are only beginning to grasp the depth of their abilities. Thank you for watching this video all the way through. If this list gave you a new perspective on the world around you, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any more amazing discoveries. Ring that notification bell so you're the first to know when our next episode drops. Now for the big question, which animal on our list surprised you the most? And did your own personal top contender match our final ranking? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below.